This is the weirdest thing. Like
I literally sit down and I'm like, what's up? Like I'm so awkward.
Let's start like that.
Hi friends! Welcome to Izzy's channel.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Izzy. I'm holding my phone for some reason. And this is Ashley. Now some of you might actually know her. She's a pretty big Instagram model. How do you feel about that name, by the way? Instagram model.
You know, it used to really bug me. Now I'm okay with it because it's like, you know, it is what it is. It's what I've wanted to do forever. So
sure.
I'm okay with it now.
Like I was saying, a pretty big Instagram model. And we've been talking about doing a collab because we live in the same city.
Forever.
For the longest time.
Literally like a year. Like it's been so long.
Pretty much. There's
so
like a small but growing community of local YouTubers.
Oh, like
and
it's great.
I've met a few of them and they're great people. And we've been talking about collabing for a long time. And we finally got together to finally shoot this. And I wanted to talk to Ashley about the life, a day in the life. Now I needed my phone again.
A day in the life.
I shouldn't have thrown it.
I shouldn't have thrown it.
Because I got some stuff written down here. Because her time is valuable, so I didn't want to fucking screw around. Like, I have a plan.
Our time is valuable. Both of our time is valuable.
Well, thank you for saying this.
You're welcome.
I feel important now. So yeah, so I had a lot of questions.
Okay.
Because like I follow her work on Instagram, and I'll put the links in the description and everything. This is a picture of her right there on your computer screen. I hope your boss wasn't around.
No, it'll be fine.
Yes, it's if you're fired now, I'm sorry.
You should just get a promotion for it.
Yes, show it to your boss.
You're welcome.
Show it to your boss.
You're welcome.
How did you get started with this?
So when I was 18, I always knew like I wanted to model, so it was something that I always liked to do. When I was 18, I got picked up by a modeling agency in Calgary, and then a couple months in, I got my first magazine cover. Oh wow. And it was great, awesome. It wasn't a cover. It was a spread in the magazine, but it was better, right? It was still, well, kind of, because like a cover is only one page normally.
Yeah, the spread is 2 pages.
Yeah, the spread is 2 pages, so it was really good, and I got my first one, and it was actually a bridal lingerie shoot when I was 18, and I fell in love with the process of it, and then from there I kind of was like, I'm gonna get rid of management and do it on my own because I want to be able to explore the creativity side my way, and from there I kind of just, you know, try to do my own thing and create my own brand. So. And
you travel a lot for this, right? Like, as I follow your Instagram, and I see that you're like if you're going to like Vancouver, like recently I remember reading you went to Vancouver, and then you're looking for like photographers and stuff like that. How does that work? The process of like, do you go there just to do these shoots, or you happen to be there and you want to like get some work done too?
It kind of both ways, honestly. But the first time I ever went to Vancouver, I went to do a shoot. So I went because I was like, okay, I need to branch out of Calgary. Like, you can't just stay in one place and expect everything to kind of blow up. It's like, especially with modeling, like it's so situational. You need to be able to work with the best of the best, which there's amazing photographers here, but there's amazing photographers in Vancouver. So about a year ago, I planned my first trip, and I booked in 3 days. I had 9 photo shoots. Oh wow. And I was like just booking them and trying to, I literally would go to Vancouver and I don't have time to do anything except for work in Vancouver. And then I just ended up starting to shoot with a lot of really, really good people, and those photos kind of started to blow up. So I travel a lot for it because it's extremely beneficial for me to travel. So
when you go to like say Vancouver, like your most recent one, and you do like a photo shoot with one of these guys, so how does it work? Like, do you get the pictures and then you work on like trying to get these pictures published somewhere, or do they have their own channels? Like, how does that work?
It's like vice versa. So it's like I work on publishing them on my side, they work on publishing them on their side. A lot of the times when you work with higher up photographers that have like bigger followings and kind of have like a really big brand of themselves, they'll work on publishing them with the magazines they've worked with before. I do the same thing with mine. That's why like on my photos I tag like the Chive and Sports Illustrated and things like that, because then they see the content and they're like, okay, this girl has content, I like her, let me look at her feed. They see the photos, they're like, holy shit, like I like this.
Plus, if you use like hashtags, the people who follow those, the people who are looking for other Instagram models, are like, oh hey, a new one, a new face.
Exactly.
So one of the main things too, there's a lot of money in being an Instagram model, right? The fame, the fortune is I imagine one of the most important parts. How does that work? How do companies approach you?
Companies will generally approach you trying to give you free stuff and hope to post it for free. As you grow a following, your obviously rates will increase. You know, if you have like probably like anywhere from, I want to say like 20,000 to 50,000 followers, it's going to be less money. And then when you start getting over that 50,000 person range, you start to be able to generate more, and then it's 75,000, 100,000. So every kind of benchmark of number, you're able to charge more. There's a ton of money involved in it, but there's also not a lot of companies that that are willing to pay the money. So it's hard to find companies that are willing to actually pay for the advertising because they want free advertising. And unless it's a company that I genuinely love and would buy on my own, I'm not going to do free advertising for.
So that's the next question I was going to ask. Has a company ever approached you to do something and you're just like, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole?
Yeah, it's super weird. I got approached by a pencil company. Like, I'm not kidding you, like, it was like pens, like metal pens. They were like, can you model this? And I looked at their feet and there was girls like putting like a pencil in between their boobs. And I was like, no, like, and things like that. I've gotten approached by a photographer who wanted to do a religious photo shoot as like...
Religious photo shoot?
As like a sexy nun.
Okay.
And I was like, you know, as much fun as that sounds, I'm gonna say no to that.
But are you religious, or did you just feel weird?
I just felt weird about it. Like, I'm not a religious person, but I don't ever want to. There's a lot of things that I think are very private and very like personal. Religion's one of them. I don't feel comfortable being like, I'm a sexy nun. Like,
plus, it could probably offend some of your
It
followers.
would, and it's just, I don't want to be somebody that's going to offend anybody unless. And if the thing is like with all my stuff is, if I'm offending you, it's because you're uncomfortable with what you're looking at. And if I'm doing something that's religion-based, that can be uncomfortable for a lot of people.
It's a
very touchy subject.
Yeah, it's a minefield. You don't want to be touching. I've touched on religion on both this channel and on my Brazilian channel. Yeah. And there's a lot of people who appreciate you for that if they happen to be kind of in the same wavelength as you. But there's a lot of people who will resent you quite a bit. And depending on how the demographics of the people who follow you break down, if more of them lean on the religious side, it's not worth your trouble.
No, and honestly, like, I just don't want to like create controversy around my stuff that way. I do enough of it because I model half naked on Instagram, so like I don't want to put that out there. Like, it's not my place to judge anybody for their religion, so I'm just gonna I'm just gonna leave that. You can find somebody else to do it, but no.
Were they upset?
They were not happy about it because the thing is like, I'm also a very blunt person, so when I get approached by something like that, I'm like, are you joking?
Oh, did you actually say that?
Yeah, I'm like, are you serious? They're like, yeah, like, we want you to do this, this, and this, and I'm like, no. And like, a lot of the times I'm just very blunt and I'm very sarcastic, so companies don't really understand that, and it's like, I'm sorry if I'm coming across kind of like a dick, but like, you
get a lot of creepy requests and DMs and all this shit. I imagine like half of your day is just dealing, because I've seen some of them. I actually, because I'm a horrible planner, but one of the things I wanted to do in this video is take some of the comments that people leave on your feed, on your pictures. Some of these guys have no social tact whatsoever.
At all. Like, I got a message.
And that's when they're seeing stuff in public.
Oh my
God. So like your DMs, I cannot even imagine what your DMs are like.
I don't want to ever just like resort to blocking everybody because I want to give people a chance. Like, I really do.
You're better than me.
I honestly, like, I have to block so many of them off the bat because I'm just like in a bad mood and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. That sometimes I block
people at the drop of a hat.
I just like want to give people a chance to like not be shitty people. So I'm like, please,
you're a better person than me.
Sometimes.
Because I don't give a fuck, man. If somebody tweets the wrong thing on a day that I'm just like, you know what? That's it. I never want to hear from you again in my life.
It was at a point where it was like, dude, it wasn't like, oh, send me nudes, you're hot. It was like very explicit, and I was like, I do like, no. Like,
here's the thing. Because like I go through the comments, like whenever you post a picture, it's a bit of a hobby of mine. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I go and I see like the super like thirsty. This is what the kids say these days.
Thirsty comments.
Thirsty comments. What else?
Thirsty. Like, yeah.
I'm such an old man. The thirsty comments that they leave, and I've actually engaged with a few of them in the past. It was one that just sticks out in not even recent. It was the bag of money guy.
Like a year and a half ago.
I still remember because it was so fucking funny. So this guy comments on Ashley's photo. I wish I could find it, but it was a long time ago, and she posts quite a bit. She's very prolific. On Instagram, and she said something like, what did he say? He say, you look like a bag or something.
You look like a bag of money.
No, but he had to elaborate what kind of bag he meant. Because he said, you look like a bag.
Like the money.
And then you're like, a bag? And he's like, yeah, a bag of money. And I had to like jump in. I was like, holy fuck, how Do you call a woman a bag and you expect her to make the mental jump that means a bag of money, and you think that calling somebody a bag of money is
a positive thing? Like, it's a compliment. It's
that's not flattering. A bag of money? Money's dirty.
Money is a very...
And a bag is it's weird
like,
shape going on.
There's not like a nice shape to it. Like,
no,
nothing
a bag of fucking money. This kid must have been like 15 or some shit.
Yeah, he was young. He was young.
Oh my god, young guys. Listen, young guys. Don't, you know what? You see an Instagram model, just like the picture, maybe send to your buddies, like help Ashley grow her audience.
Yeah, that would be
And
nice.
fucking leave it at that. Don't be sending creepy shit. Come on. You know what?
I don't understand like the mental like
I think
process.
there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on.
The mental process where it's like, you know what? Because that's the thing. It's not like it's like something you could do spontaneously. Like, you have to type the comment, post the comment, see the responses from the comment, and then every time you look at my photo, you see that you commented that. So it's not like it's a quick thing that you do. Like, this is a process.
I don't think these kids think that far ahead. It's just like, it's total like knee-jerk reaction.
Like,
they like, see hot girl, gotta send some creepy shit, like right off the bat.
Weird though. Like,
and here's the thing that blows me away, right? Is because they're sending this stuff completely in public, right? Like the public comments.
Oh yeah.
That's what like gets me the most, because if they were like being a little bit more discreet about it, at least that would make more sense. Like I don't want to say save the creepy shit for DMs, because that's gonna be horrible for you.
But at the same time,
but that would make more sense.
Yeah, it would. Honestly, it would. Like, I've DM'd like famous celebrities and stuff that I think are hot, and I'm like, let me sit on your face. Like, I've done that before.
That is
obviously when I'm drunk.
That's what happens.
I don't do the sober. Like, this is not something that happens when I'm sober. But like, me and my friends have done that. Me and my friends have done it. Like, for sure. You use the following to your advantage. Me and my friends have done that.
That's hilarious.
A lot of like famous YouTubers and stuff like that. Like, we've done that because it's funny, right? And we do that because it's like, okay, what if they actually respond? Like, that's funny. But at the same time, it's like, I would never comment that on somebody's photo, just for the simple fact that it's like, that is a lot of people seeing your comment.
I'm still blown away that I guess there's like different tiers of YouTube
but
fame.
It's also like,
because I'm not at a stage where there's Instagram models DMing me asking to sit on my face. I'm not.
That's also like very sarcastic. Like, we're being very sarcastic.
Is that like the litmus test? Because like I got enough for like a shitty YouTube plaque.
I like the plaque. I like the plaque.
What would you say is the most important thing that somebody needs to know if that's what they want to do, if they want to become
on Instagram,
an Instagram model with 77,000 followers? What's the one thing?
Just be unique and be yourself. Like, legit, like, that's, if you try to be somebody else and you try to be unauthentically yourself, people are gonna see that. People see right through that. And if you're like, okay, let's say you really like your ass. I don't know. Let's say you really like your ass.
I do like my ass.
And if you
How did you know?
If you don't post that, and if you're not trying to like portray the things that you like about yourself, it's going to be really hard for you. When I was doing it, I was doing a lot of creative stuff, which I didn't really like. It was a lot of gory makeup and...
You did that?
I did.
I never seen that.
Because I don't post it. I had it.
Oh, okay.
It's deleted now.
Really? Because I don't see you, like, I see you very, like, mainstream. Because there's a lot of, like, there's the most mainstream, like, the more mainstream stuff, which is more, like, how I would place you. And then there's, like, the more, like, alternative. I have some friends who are models, and they do, like, the gory, like, alternative, dark, goth stuff.
And, you know, I did do that. I've dabbled in everything. I've done, like, wedding photo shoots. I've done, like, literally, like, one where it was, like, literally I was lying in fake blood and, like, had, like, all this gory makeup on. I've done everything.
That's pretty cool. That adds a little bit of an edge to you that I didn't see before.
And I've done everything because I was trying to find what my niche was. And I've tried, like, I've stood outside in lingerie in, like, -20 weather because I thought it might be, like, a nice shoot. It was not. But, like, but it's the chance that it could be and it's a chance that it might be,
I feel like every Canadian model has to have something like that in their portfolio, right? Like,
you have to. It's not, like, good photos. Like, I look at those photos from, like, 2 years ago and it's like, I don't know what I was doing. Like, I'm very uncomfortable with it. Obviously, you can see it in my face. But, like, if you ever want to, like, become famous or, you know, aspiring to be something, you really have to be yourself.
We're gonna have to do this again.
Yeah.
And like catch up and like do a follow-up to this.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna be at VidCon together.
Yes.
You, me, a bunch of friends from the States. I'm not sure if anybody else from Calgary
I'm not
is planning to
sure.
go.
I don't know if anybody else is.
Yeah, it must be just us representing.
Yeah, I mean.
Hashtag YYC.
Hashtag YYC.
Yeah. It's great to finally meet you.
I know.
And do a YouTube thing because we're nerds like that, I guess.
Oh,
Who
I
meets
love that.
somebody and the first thing that they're gonna do is like, let's turn the camera here.
Let's start filming.
And talk to a bunch of like thousands of people on the internet.
Yeah.
No, this is cool. I don't know how to sign this off
I
because
don't
this is so different from what I usually do, but this is great.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Izzy, for having me on your channel. I'm so excited to finally be here.
I'm reading my book. You do the sign off.
I'm doing a sign off.
Do a sign off.
Okay.
Talk to them.
Thanks guys for watching. You're the best. Bye. The worst thing about being on Instagram and stuff like that is probably the fact that like I can't ever get away from my phone. Like you're that friend.
Oh fuck, do I
You know what I
ever
mean?
know that?